So today we're going to be bringing this used and abused Squier Jagmaster back to life. Stay tuned. Yes, good people, welcome back to the Guitar Manifesto channel. So today we're going to be bringing back to life this Squier Jagmaster. So in one of my previous videos I give you a little rundown of what sort of condition it's in. It's had a few little issues here and there, but yeah, it should make a good Relic looking guitar. So my plans with it is I'm going to keep it nice and simple, sort of a damage limitation, bring it back to life. We'll stick some tuners on. There's some issues where somebody's drilled holes in the back of the headstock and filled it with sort of household filler or something. So we're going to sort that out. We're going to clean all the fingerboard up, clean the frets. With the body, I'm going to take the body out, I'm going to sand it down and just sort of keep this finish, but I'm going to make it a bit more smoother because somebody's tried sanding it down in places and it looks quite rough. So I'm going to go around with some sandpaper, start at 240 grit, work my way up to 2000 so we get a nice smooth finish. In terms of the pickguard, I've been unable to find a replacement pickguard for this because this ain't the original one. There was some issues with it not fitting right, so for now we'll just roll with that. I could always come back to it and stick a different pickguard on. The electrics all seem to work okay. What I will do is upgrade the cap on it. I've got this orange drop cap, so we're going to install that and put some strings on it, set it up, and we should be good to rock and roll. So first thing I'm going to do, I reckon, is probably start on the body, sand all that down, smooth it off, and then we'll get stuck in on that neck and sort out some tuners. So I've kind of been experimenting with this penetrating oil because obviously I know it's a polyurethane finish, but where we got the exposed wood it's been absorbing in quite well, and where I've sanded this paint down I've gone over with like 240, 400, 600, 800, 1000 to 1500 grit, and I've got quite a matte finish, so it seems to be soaking into the exposed wood but also not sitting on top too much of the polyurethane finish. So it's always good to experiment. I'm pretty sure that's soaking into the wood quite well. So what you do with this Crimson Guitars penetrating oil is literally pour it into the guitar, rub it into it, absorbs in, keep adding layers until it sort of saturates and sits on top. As you can see now it's still quite moist, so I think we've reached the saturation point. I'm going to leave it for about 10 minutes till it starts going sticky, and then we'll rub it down and buff it all off. But I actually think that's starting to show through quite nicely. Quite a nice finish. Gives a nice sheen to it. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Experimenting. Okay, so it's the following day. I gave this a couple of coats of the penetrating oil, and then I went over with some Crimson finishing oil, and I actually think it looks pretty darn good. It's got a nice sheen to it, but like a matte finish, and the wood has darkened up a little. Definitely looks a bit more natural now, more of a natural Relic. I think she's looking darn good. But you can still see the metallic finish in the paint as well, which I quite dig, so that's looking pretty sweet. The neck, I also did the same with that. Went over with some penetrating oil and finishing oil. I also gave the back of the neck sand in there where the filler was. I was going to fill the holes in with some matchsticks and, you know, glue and stuff, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep it like that just to go with the Relic theme. I've got some tuners to put on it. The neck is looking pretty sweet. I've cleaned down the fingerboard, used some lemon oil cleaner. I went over with a light fine sanding block, just smoothed off the frets and the edges, and it does feel nice. Turn my attention to the pickguard, which has got loads of stuff stuck to it. So like I said in the previous video, this is not the original pickguard. It doesn't fit very well, more around the bridge, there's a little gap, so I'm struggling to find one to fit it in time. So what I'm going to do is sand it back with some 240 grit sandpaper, get a nice rough key, clean it with some white spirits to get rid of all the grease and the silicons, and then I'm going to go over with some grey plastic primer. And then if anybody remembers the purple competition Mustang that I built a couple of years ago, I've still got some metallic purple paint, so I'll give it a couple of coats of that. And then I've got some clear coat left over from the Mustang build that I was doing the other day, the Lake Placid blue one. But yeah, we're going to use probably 3 coats of clear coat and we should be good. So then that'll be all the prep work done. We can get on to sorting out the electrics. Any problems, we'll sort them out on the way. So next thing we should do is get sanding on that pickguard. To start off with your first coat, a light dusting. Go around the edges. there you go, that's my Squier Jagmaster Relic that I brought back to life. I think it looks a lot better now with that purple pickguard. The finish is definitely a big improvement on what it looked like before. It's got some issues, I ain't gonna lie. When I was setting it up, there's a very slight twist in the neck. Ideally it could probably do with the fingerboard planing down and have the frets replaced, but you know, it's been used, it's been abused. It's a grunge guitar. The tone pot's a bit temperamental, but you know, I just chucked it together, just wanted to get it all up and running. The orange drop cap brings out the best in the pickups. It has got a bit of buzzing, but ideally this really needs to go through properly and replace it all, start again. I may come back to it, I may move it on, but if you're interested and I do decide to sell it, I will be sticking it on eBay. I do eBay global shipping, so yeah, let me know. I'll put it up for a reasonable price. I did pay 110 quid for it, but you know, got to be realistic, got to make a few quid out of it and cover eBay costs and shipping costs and whatever. We stuck some generic Chinese tuners on, but they do the job okay. I stretch the strings out. It plays nice, I must admit, it does play nice. The pickups sound good, and with that new smoothed out body, I think that looks pretty sweet. It's got a nice sheen to it. I don't know how well it comes across on the camera, but in the flesh she does look real nice. The pickguard, done it that metallic purple clear coat. I didn't go mad polishing it all up and smoothing it out because, you know, it'd look a bit out of place, but I think that looks pretty cool. Let me know what you think to it in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the build video, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. I've got plenty more build videos coming up very soon. You can also follow me on Instagram, the Guitar Manifesto, and that will do for today. So yeah, thanks for watching, I'll see you all very soon. Peace.